Hi, I'm Tony. Steel entry doors are great for keeping harsh weather, intruders, bugs, and other nasty things out of your home, so your family stays safe and comfortable. But over time, your door's paint job can start to lose its luster. In the next few minutes, we'll show you how to give a previously painted steel entry door a fresh new paint job. The key to getting great results with a project like this is preparation. First, decide whether or not you want to remove the door for painting. Taking it off the hinges would make it easier to paint, but if you go that route, remember that you won't be able to rehang the door until the final coat of paint is completely dry. That may take anywhere from several hours to a day or more, depending on the primer and paint you use, the number of coats you apply, and environmental factors like temperature and humidity. Meanwhile, your house won't have a front door, so if you don't have a secure locking storm door, you may need to take extra steps to ensure the security of your home. If you leave the door on its hinges, make sure to work when there's no rain in the forecast. You may also want to plan on completing the project over a few days. If you prepare the door on the first day, then prime it the next morning, and let the primer dry during the day, you should be able to close the door that night without messing up a wet primer coat. Then, apply your first coat of paint the next morning, and so on. The first step in this project is to put down some drop cloths, then wash down the door with a degreasing cleaner according to the manufacturer's instructions. Depending on the cleaner you select, you may need to wear safety goggles and a pair of thick rubber gloves. Then rinse the surface and make sure it's completely dry. Next, scrape away any loose or peeling paint and sand any rough edges with a fine grit sanding block. Remember to wear a dust mask and your safety goggles while you're sanding. If you have an older door that may have been painted before 1978, be sure to have the paint tested for lead before you do any scraping or sanding. If the paint is lead-based, you'll need to take appropriate safety precautions. Refer to epa.gov/lead to learn more. At this point, you'll want to sand the entire area to be painted with a fine grit sanding block. Roughing up the surface a bit will allow the primer to adhere better. Take off any removable weather stripping or kick plates, then use painter's tape to tape off any areas you don't want painted. Taping around curves can be a bit tricky, so take your time. To protect any windows or non-removable kick plates, tape some newspaper or brown paper over them. Now you're ready to prime and paint. For best results, use a high-quality exterior primer and a satin or semi-gloss exterior latex paint designed for application on previously painted metal. We're using a trim roller with a low nap roller cover to apply the primer and paint. If you use a roller, it's a good idea to have a small sponge applicator or brush handy to cover any tight spots. Once the primer dries completely, apply 2 coats of paint, allowing the first one to completely dry before applying the second. Once your final coat is dry, remove the tape, reattach any weather stripping or other items you removed, and then rehang the door if you removed it from its hinges. And that's how you repaint a steel entry door. I'm Tony, and I'll see you next time.